Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. Wonderful. Okay, great. So, you guys are baby naming. Wonderful. Awesome.
Yes.
Congratulations. Can you show me where you guys are gonna be for? Are you gonna be right here? This is perfect.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be right there. We're at the kitchen counter.
Perfect.
For like when it's time to just
Yeah.
with the babies.
Yeah, that's great. Can I see you all together? Is that gonna be possible beforehand or no?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
The baby's, I mean, she will be live for like 30 minutes or
That's okay. If I can, even just you two together is great.
because one of us will be holding.
Awesome, wonderful. Is it possible for you guys to raise up your computer on a couple like coffee table books?
Yeah, I can just a couple of them. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, just a little bit. A couple of them. And hello, Freezer family. Hi, how's it going? We'll get you guys going in just a second. You guys will it's gonna be awesome.
1 second. No, we've got it all muted down here. So.
Okay.
Right, yeah, we got that all. Better?
Yeah, that is perfect. That is great. Awesome. Yeah, let's just see you guys both together, and then we should be good to go. Just so you guys know as well, you guys are not going to be talking. You're just going to be seen.
Yep.
And while you're seen, you'll be able to, because of how we have it set up, you'll be able to, watch Angela as well. Yes, you'll be able to watch Angela as well. So it'll be great. But you guys look great. Awesome. Your lighting's good. Great. So you guys, just so you know, you're not going to be during the candle blessing in the beginning, so we're going to have you turn off your camera. But you guys are good, and you guys can just hang out for a bit now.
Okay, so I guess just so we know, so
yeah. If you have any
turn off our
questions
camera now, we'll stop.
Yeah, so you stop your video now. After the candle blessing, a bit after, a few prayers after, I'll ask you to start your video again, so we just have you guys ready. You'll be able to watch the entire service on here and be good to go.
Okay.
Awesome.
You said, wait, sorry. Is there something at the ceremony where we
There's
appear?
a part at the top of the ceremony where you probably won't be shown, as far as I know right now. If they call out your name, just keep an ear out and turn on your camera and we'll get you up there. But as of now, you're not being shown during the candle blessing at the beginning, okay?
Okay, we'll basically just have our camera off until you tell us.
Exactly.
And then we'll
You'll
always
get a push notification from me to turn your camera on. We'll have it on.
Okay, great.
Awesome. Wonderful. It's going to be great. Yeah, no problem. Cool. Awesome. And now, Friedman family, let's get you guys all set up. So let's see. You can unmute if you want right now.
Okay.
And let's get you situated where you guys are going to be lighting candles. Great. Awesome. Can we see you guys all around it together?
Say that again?
Can we see you guys all there together so we make sure everybody fits in?
Yes.
You're probably going to want to raise up your device on a couple of copies.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Is anything in Amazon box works too?
Or take those, these orange boxes. Can you grab them all? All right. Down there. We have to light the candles. How's that? Is this better?
Great. Awesome. Yeah, that's a ton better. That's great. Yeah, tilt the camera down just a little bit more. Split the difference.
A bit more. What are you trying to get in there? Us or
just
that?
yeah, just so you have a little bit of space above your heads. But yeah, that's perfect. That's great.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, the one thing, so that looks great. We'll be able to see that. That'll be awesome. There is a glare coming from that light in the hallway behind you. Is there a way to turn that off?
I'll turn it on. Jack.
Yeah, but there's actually also a glare from that light over there. Perfect.
I'll be a living sanctuary.
Great, that is perfect. You guys look wonderful. It's going to be great. Just so you guys know, you guys are going to be muted the whole time. However, you're going to, definitely say the prayers along with the clergy. When you hear them doing the candle blessing, light the candles. You're not going to see them. You're going, because we're going to have you on screen. So just pay attention to what you're hearing. When it comes up, of course, they'll say we're going to be doing the candle blessing and all of that. So just pay attention, and just when you feel like it's time to start lighting the candles, light those candles.
Okay. All right.
Awesome. Great. We have another family.
We'll be off video now.
You're gonna keep your video on now, actually, because you guys are on pretty early in the service. After the service, however, you guys are gonna pop off of Zoom and continue to watch on whatever other platform you want, whether it's the website, Facebook, or JBS.
Oh, okay. After the candlelight.
Yeah, but wait a couple prayers after, and I can remove you myself, so you don't even have to worry about it. So yeah, but it'll be great, and I'll send you a little message in the chat when I'm about to remove you, so that you guys have a heads up. But
Okay.
awesome, great guys. Well, yeah, you guys can just hang out now. We're just waiting on the second family, and the service is going to start in about 8 minutes.
Okay. Are we?
Good. Cool. And I'm just going to disappear for a second as
tried and true, and with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Adonai roi lo echsar binot deshe yarbitzeni al mei menuchot yenaleni.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Oh, it feels so good to be here and to be with all of you. I have to say that I was just having one of those days. I was feeling so tired that I came in and we started rehearsal and started singing, and I just felt energized and was excited to be in this service of Shabbat Parshat Noach, Shabbat Noach. Of course, that story is one of the most well-known and beloved stories that we have in our Torah, the story of Noah and his ark. I know that when I was a child, I had like Noah's Ark toys and a book, and I used to think it would be so much fun to be on the ark with all of those animals. And then as I got older, I thought to myself, oh, animals are a little bit smelly. And then recently I thought about, wow, that's a story about being quarantined with your family with no escape for just weeks, months on end. And I thought to myself, think of that story very differently now. I love the fact that the Torah stories remain the same, but every year we change. And so we hear those stories differently. And I think that is true tonight. And we'll hear some of those words from Rabbi Salth as he teaches us from Parshat Noach tonight. We're so glad to be with all of you, not just all of you who are watching from all over. And I'm looking at our live stream. And one of the most beautiful things about our live stream is not just are they saying Shabbat Shalom to us, they're saying Shabbat Shalom to each other. They've really created a whole sense of community on there. From around the world, we say Shabbat Shalom to you. And I want to say hello to our those who are watching us actually on Zoom, because they're going to participate in the service, we have Jack and Fletch, who are becoming B'nai Mitzvah tomorrow. We are so proud of you both. I've known you since, both of you, since before you were born, which is, I've now been at Central long enough that I'm actually doing B'nai Mitzvah for children that I knew in utero of their mothers, which is kind of amazing, and so excited to be with you tomorrow. And I know you'll be lighting candles for us tonight. Thank you. We're also going to be joined by beautiful Rose Alschuler Goodman, who is going to be named later in the service as well. We're thrilled to have all of them as well. If you don't know me, I'm Rabbi Angela Buchdahl. I'm joined tonight on the Bima with Cantor Julia Cadrain and Rabbi Mo Salth and our incredible music director, Dave Strickland, and our unbelievable musical team. And I want to thank Jim, who's at the back on the table, and I know that we have a whole team of people helping make sure this can happen tonight. So we say Shabbat Shalom from all of us to you. I invite you to say Shabbat Shalom to whoever you are with, and if you are not physically in the room, then send a Shabbat Shalom, a text to someone that you love, greet them, and let us bring in the light of Shabbat together. I'm going to invite our B'nai Mitzvah back, and Rabbi Salth is going to light our candles here in the sanctuary, and we'll bring in the light of Shabbat together. We'll invite you to light the candles, our B'nai Mitzvah.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you, Jack, and thank you, Fletch, and your families. We're grateful for not only the light you brought in tonight, but that you bring to our community always and tomorrow. And we'll continue with Psalms for Shabbat. In case you're not ready for the Sabbath ride, let us help you get ready with these Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat, beginning with Lechuna Ranana on page 12 or in your order of service.
Lechu neranena l'Adonai, nariah letzuri sheinu. Lechu neranena l'Adonai,
Shir Adonai, page 13.
שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. ספרו בגויים כבודו, בכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. כי כל אלוהי העמים מלילים, ואדוני שמיים עשה, הר והדר לפניו, עוז ותפארת במקדשו. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ, ירם הים ומלואו, יעלו שדי בכל אשר בו. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו.
Now I think we are ready to greet the Sabbath bride. What do you think?
I feel more ready.
So I'm ready. So we're going to sing L'chadodi, page 20 and 21. We'll be singing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And as we come to that last verse, if you're able, I invite you to rise and face toward the doorway to greet and bring in the Sabbath bride tonight.
לכדודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לכדודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולתהילה. לכדודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לכדודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונאמר, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף Shabbat nekavela lechadoti likrat kala pene Shabbat nekavela
התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שירה ברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה.
לחדותי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לחדותי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובשמאלה תוך אמוני על סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לחדותי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לחדותי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לחדותי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה
I invite you to remain standing as we turn to our call to worship, page 146 of the Baruch Hu.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed Ya la 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 Ya la ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la la Ya la la la
Baruch
Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim b'chokhmah potech she'arim ובתבונה משנה עיתים ומחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו בורא יום ולילה גולל אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור הוא מעביר יום ומביא לילה הוא מבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני
שמו
המעריב ערבים.
If you've got a prayer book, page 148. If you don't have a prayer book, but you were a regular at Central Synagogue, I bet you know these words without the prayer book at all. and Rabbi Salt will lead you in them anyway. In each age, we receive and transmit Torah. At each moment, we are addressed by the world.
In each age, we are challenged by our ancient teaching. At each moment, we stand face to face with truth.
In each age, we add our wisdom to that which has gone before. At each moment, the knowing heart is filled with wonder.
In each age, the children of Torah become its builders and seek to set the world firm on a foundation of truth.
I have to note that the choir doesn't even have prayer books up there, but they knew all the words. That was pretty impressive, guys.
Yeah.
We love this. We love this reading all over again.
There we go.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Shemo.
Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Avad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם נרות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 152, our Song of Redemption, a special one for this week. The Lord said to Noah, there's gonna be a flooding, flooding. Lord said to Noah, there's gonna be a flooding, flooding.
Get those children out of the muddy, muddy. Children of the Lord. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar hakodesh, nara tehilot asifele, children of the Lord. So rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Children of the Lord. Malchutecha ra'u v'neh with us. So rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Children of the Lord. The sun came out and dried up the landy. Sun came out and dried up the landy. Everything was fine and dandy, children of the Lord. So rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Children of the Lord. So rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Children of the Lord. I wait every year for that.
Me too.
That was very fun.
Brings me back to camp. Oh. But we know there is a flood out there.
No doubt.
We know that it is very hard, actually, to be on that ark. And we have to trust that the sun is going to come out and dry it all up, and we will be coming out again. Until then, we ask for God's protection on us, for God's loving embrace. And while we have to be here, for some semblance of peace. Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, L'shalom. Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom. V'hamidenu Malkeinu l'chaim u'l'shalom, u'l'shalom. Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, ufros aleinu Sukkot shomecha. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom. Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom. We turn now to our tefillah, page 155. We'll begin with this kavanah that sets our intention to open our mouth that we may declare God's praise. We rise.
Adonai Sfatai Tifta Adonai Sfatai Tifta Ufi Agi Tehilatecha Ufi Agi Adonai Sfatai Tifta Adonai Sfatai Tifta Ufi Agi Tehilatecha Ufi Agi Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor HaNorah Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר, מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיים מתים, אתה רב והושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
I invite you to continue through the rest of Amidah at your own pace, using the words in the prayer book, or perhaps you can close them and offer the words of your heart, or just to be back in touch with your breath and take a few moments of silence.
I cannot get over, and neither have I wings to fly. Give me a boat that will carry two, and both shall row, my love and I. ממעמקים קראתי אלייך, בואי אליי מול ירח מאיר, שוב דרכך שוב אליי, נפרסו ונמסו מול מגע של ידייך, באוזנייך לוחש שואל, מי זה קורא לך הלילה, הקשיבי, מי שר בקול אלייך אל חלונך, מי שם נפשו שתהא מיושרת, מי ישים יד ויבנה את ביתך, מי ייתן חייו ישימם מתחתייך, מי כפה לרגלייך יחיה, מי אוהבך עוד מכל אוהבייך, מי ישימה במהרה בצילך ממעמקים. A ship that rides and it sails the sea. It's loaded deep, as deep can be, but not so deep as the love I made. I know not I see me go sway, be my king.
ממעמקים קראתי אלייך. From the deepest depths, I call out to you, God. And I know that there are so many of us who are feeling that we are in the depths, that we are flooded, that the water is too wide to cross. But know that there is shelter from the storm, that God hears our cry, and that we will bring that boat in the form of love to those who are in need of it. So if you are feeling that you are in those depths, whether because of physical illness, bad diagnosis, mental illness, abuse, addiction, so many of those things that pull us into the depths, know that we will be with you and pray with you. We are praying for those in our own community in need of a Misha Berach tonight. Bess Adams, Barbara Aiden, Kathy Barron, Stephen Berg, Donald Brief, Jerry Calderon, Marcia Conescu, Robert Fellner, Marcia Firestone, Corey Flom, Richard Frank, Jerry Friedman, Lucy Gladstone, Ashley Goodman, Alan Helene, Minette Hirsch, Daniel Johnson, Jerry Kane, Herb Kosterlitz, Marjorie Lentz, Michael Madden, Susan Lee Madden, Alice Naines, Barbara Reish, Frank Rosenberg, Natalie Rosenthal, Sandy Schuper, Jeffrey Shankman, Hanoch Ben Shlomo, Marcia Snyder, Marvin Snyder, David Traub, Clara Turkenix, Jane Vigon, Timothy Webster, Ann Yerman, Pam Young. and those that you might be naming in your own heart, or perhaps here on our Facebook Live. We take these souls and we hold you, and we share this prayer of healing now.
Mi sheberach Avoteinu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel veLeah Hu yivarech veyirapeh et hacholim Mi sheberach Avoteinu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel veLeah Hu yivarech veyirapeh et
And just as you are not alone when you are in the depths, know that you are also not alone in your joy, and that when we can share in it, we multiply it, and we really need those hopeful, joyful moments to celebrate as a community. And so that is why every week I am particularly grateful that students of ours still choose to become bar mitzvah in the midst of a pandemic. It gives us hope. It is something to celebrate. So to Jack and Fletch, we say mazel tov to you and to your families. And if you're watching us, I invite you to rise. And anyone in your circle of love, I invite you to rise as well, family and friends. If you're celebrating a birthday coming up, little Emmett Lorge is becoming 1 on Monday. How did that happen? If you have an anniversary coming up, or in this past week, we invite you to rise and celebrate that as well. If you have new life in your family, I know that we have at least one new grandchild that was born and child of this congregation, a new Palmer, and we are going to be celebrating a naming tonight. So we invite you to rise if you're celebrating new life in your friends or family. If you saw some fall foliage or went apple picking or did something very fall-dick, that's great. Rise. Saw it in Central Park. Excellent. Dave is rising. If you plan to vote early, please rise. If you plan to vote at all, please rise. If you're not standing yet, why not? If you can. If you heard that NASA actually landed a spacecraft on an asteroid and took home some of that space stuff, which apparently has the secret to the origins of the universe. Okay, if you were just in wonder and awe at that, if you're able, I invite you to please rise. And I hope that you can hold some other miraculous, joyful, small piece of gratitude for this week as we join together in the Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu hazman hazeh Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu hazman hazeh
It is now my great joy and privilege to welcome into the world, but also onto our virtual bima tonight, Rose Georgica Alschuler Goodman. Oh, there she is, accompanied by her parents, Julia and Justin. Oh, you look beautiful. I love your dress, Rose. You look amazing. So now, Rose, I have to tell you, it's almost exactly 2 years ago that I had the privilege of standing on a beautiful beach under a chuppah with your mom and dad as I got to bless their becoming a family. Oh, and she's crying. I know. She was like, I wasn't there. But guess what? When they were getting married, they dreamed of you and dreamed of growing their family. And here you are. You have arrived. Now, your mom, Julia, grew up here at Central. She's a real New Yorker. And she found in Justin someone who shared her love of politics, of service to the community, and most of all, love of family. So it's fitting that they've chosen a name for you that connects you with generations of your family. And I mean many, many generations. Usually, I'm naming for a grandmother, maybe a great-grandmother. People don't usually remember names beyond that. But Rose, you are named for your great-great-grandmother on your mom's side, Rose Haas Outschuler, and your great-great-grandmother on your dad's side, Ruth Archie, and your great-great-great-grandmother, Rose Kramer Roman, on your mom's side. That's a lot of greats. You are very, very great. Now, your mom never got to meet her great-grandma Rose, but she was a legend in the family. Her husband had died at a young age, and she started the first public daycare in Chicago. And then she moved to D.C., to the Public Works Administration, where she helped set up the first public daycares all around the country. She embodied resilience and service, which are qualities that your mom has, even though she never got to meet her great-grandma. Your dad did get to meet his great-grandma Ruth because she lived to be 104 years old. Amazing. All of your namesakes were incredible, strong women and beautiful matriarchs who valued service to others, intellect, and family, and made such an impact on the world and on their own families that live on today. Your middle name is Georgica, which is named after one of your parents' favorite places in the world, Georgica Beach, a place where they were engaged. And it also honors Justin's grandfather, Jerry Goodman, who was a big influence on his life. And Rose, I want to say one last thing. You were born on the same birthday as your great-grandma Rita Aber, only 92 years apart from each other. And Rita had the opportunity to meet you just a few weeks ago. I want to show everyone this picture because here she is meeting her great-grandchild. It is amazing. And I think Rita is watching us tonight, and we say mazel tov to you, Rita, in the newest member of your family. What's that? Yes, Rosie's smiling seeing that picture. So Rose, your Hebrew name is Shoshana, which is the translation of Rose, a very beautiful name for a beautiful girl who carries the legacy of so many strong women on her shoulders. We cannot wait to continue to celebrate with you and your family, and we thank God for the miracle that you came into this world. I want to offer you our priestly benediction, and all of us who are watching, I invite you to join in blessing beautiful Rose by saying, Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Ken Yehi Ratzon.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka Ken Yehi Ratzon.
May God be gracious to you and shine light on you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom.
May you always feel a sense of love, this whole community surrounding you with love, Rose, as we say, may God be blessing you with peace. We say, thank you for bringing that beautiful baby into the world and into our community. We love you, and Shabbat Shalom. Aww. And that was so much less stressful since the parents didn't have to worry about her crying in the sanctuary. I know what that feels like.
The beauty of mute.
For us, we just got to see her beautiful face, and it didn't bother us at all. So just so you know, we were thrilled to have her here, and all of you.
Yes, no doubt.
Rabbi Salth, I'm turning it over to you.
This week's portion, as we have heard, tells the story of Noah and the ark, a portion that is familiar to us in part because of Rise and Shine, that beautiful song we heard a little earlier, and also, as Rabbi Buchtel mentioned, many beautiful images of animals walking 2 by 2 into a giant ark, carefully crafted of wood. We also know that this flood drowns all other life on earth, as stated in Genesis chapter 7, verse 21, and all flesh that stirred on earth perished, birds, cattle, beasts, and all things that swarmed upon the earth, and all mankind. It is a stark and gruesome punishment for early humanity, not to mention the innocent animals that inhabited the earth at Noah's time. The editors of the Women's Torah Commentary conclude their reflection on this portion with several modern-day poems describing challenges and trauma connected with the flood. Hannah Block wrote, "The ark, noisy with children, angels, birds, dim, stuffy, close, the nest of home where Noah broods at sea. How can one think in such a place?" And a poem by Rivka Miriam that begins, "After the flood was over, Noah installed wheels on the ark, dragging it behind him in case the flood suddenly returned." It was not hard for me to transfer these themes in these poems from the flood to experience of living in this time of pandemic that has covered every inch of our planet. The waters of COVID-19 have yet to recede, and the challenges of living with it continue to impact us. Some of us may feel the stress of living in our very own crowded ark. I'm one of these people. Some of us may be experiencing trauma caused by this unexpected global crisis. I'm also one of these people. Frankly, I haven't been so conscious of the difficulties the pandemic have had on me. There's so much I feel grateful for, and there have been some silver linings that have presented during these 7 months. I've tended to focus on the truth of these blessings instead of the additional truth of how hard it has been. I can imagine Noah and his family thinking something similar as they counted their blessings to be on the ark, despite all they had to do on it and all they had lost. One can both appreciate the good in their life while also recognizing the struggles. In fact, to stay mentally healthy, we need to do both. The Mayo Clinic is one of many first-class institutions to publish guidance on how to stay mentally well during the pandemic. I bet Noah could have benefited from their advice, and no doubt we can too. They urge each of us to engage in self-care. Specifically, they recommend that we take care of our bodies, take care of our minds, and connect with others. There's a midrash that Noah and his family never slept when they were on the ark. Perhaps this story, as well as I'm sure thoughtful research has placed getting enough sleep on the top of the Mayo Clinic's list of ways to take care of our bodies. Exercise and eating healthy are also highly encouraged. As far as caring for one's mind, the clinic advises to use one moral compass and spiritual life for support, and also encourages us to limit our exposure to the news media. The latter suggestion was not a problem for Noah, as the Midrash states that he could never get his Wi-Fi to work. The Mayo Clinic has more specific recommendations worth considering, and I highly recommend we all take a look on their website for their document on COVID-19 and mental health. We know that Noah also kept his hope alive for a better day. Why else would he have sent out the dove to search for dry land after the rain had stopped? As many of us know, after the dove returned from its first trip, Noah waited a week and then sent the bird out again. After the dove's second voyage, it returned with an olive leaf in its beak, the first sign that dry land was out there. And then 1 week later, Noah sent the dove out again, and this time it did not return. Noah knew then that the end to their floating was close, and it was. We too continue to send out version of doves, and while no definitive olive leaves have been returned, we must continue to keep our hope alive. Shimon Peres once said, "There are no hopeless situations, only hopeless people." Noah, despite it all, found a way to stay hopeful, and it is my prayer tonight that we can help each other do the same. Maybe not all of us all at once, but enough of us, taking care of ourselves, taking care of each other to help keep our hope alive. And maybe, just maybe, because of this care and hope, eons from now, when the story of COVID-19 is told, they too will find a way to have their own version of rise and shine songs and images, not of animals walking 2 by 2, but of people in masks walking 6 feet apart, separate, but very much together.
Thank you so much, Rabbi. So may it be, may we be together and we rise together in body or in spirit for Aleinu on page 282. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו כהמונם, ואנחנו קוראים משתחווים ומודים לפני מלך המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו ויתקדש שמי רבה.
I lived in Denver, Colorado in the late 1990s. My journey to become a rabbi took me to a modern Hebrew class at the University of Colorado at Boulder in the fall of 1999. The professor, Cantor Uri Neal, had allowed a few friends of mine to sit in on his class, and now Cantor Neal had welcomed me. I was a total stranger to him, but my fellow classmates were known to me as they were, mostly, the entire Colorado Buffalo football team. You see, Cantor Neal was known to be a generous grader. He was also enormously entertaining. He started his first class by teaching that there was one word we students would never, ever need to know in the Hebrew language, and that word was Mabul, which means flood. Of course, the word which the entire class knew best was, you guessed it, Mabul. Every year when Parsha Noah rolls around with its story of the great flood, I am immediately transported back to Cantor Neal's class. He taught me modern Hebrew. He helped me become a rabbi. He taught me the importance and power of a kind and open-hearted, generous welcome. And of course, he taught me Mabul means flood. Thank you, Cantor Neal. Your memory continues to be a blessing for me. And the Shabbat, we remember dear ones connected to our members, their loved ones, and their teachers. First, those who have died within the past 30 days. Adele Astian, mother of Donna. Dan Baum, son of Cy and stepson to Judith. Carol Denberg, wife of William and mother of Kevin, Lisa and Brian. Arthur Hoffer, father of Lisa. Beverly Maisel Manny, mother of Neil. Aurora Nario, mother of Mike, Jose, Grace, and George. Natalie Cooper Rosenthal, mother of Evelyn, Elizabeth, Nancy, and David, and wife of Sydney. Muriel and Robert Schwartzaffel, parents of Stephen. Anita Shapiro, wife of Harvey and sister of Jean. Lillian Siegel, mother of Susan, Jerry, and Robert. Mickey Sofer, Joan Wernick, mother of Gail. And while not yet buried, we named Diane Kovacs, mother of David and Lawrence. I'm pleased to announce there are no names to report of our armed service members, but sad to read just a few of too many names of those who have died due to mass shootings in our nation, including Anthony Atchan, age 33, from California, Jalen Bernard Page, age 19, of Texas, and Christopher Donshay Jackson, age 22, of Texas. And we read with love these names of yard sites, whose yard sites fall at this season: Myrtle Hollins Adelberg, Lawrence Appel, Selma Appeldorf, Ann Ballinger, Charlotte Borson, Maynard Brody, Leon Brody, Dorothy Cashman, Perry Edelstein, Albert Eschen, Sonia Essebag, Marvin Feltman, Bernice Fengel, Jeff Freirish, Alan Freelander, Joan Galfund, Marvin Gilston, Claire Gold, Mortimer Goldman, Gerald Goldstein, Mildred Grossfeld, Richard Grossman, Thelma Haberman, Edith Harnick, Hans Harnick, Irving Hershaft, Erwin Hochberg, Armand Jacobs, George Cantor, Joseph Karp, George Klemperer, June Dean Kowaloff, Robert Lackman, Arlene Lane, Joyce Lazoff, Leona Leventon, Camilla Lipkind, Roberta Cohen Litsky, Daniel Leventhal, Paul Marks, Bernadine Mechanic, Morris Miffeloff, Irving Nadd, Barry Nylinger, David Newman, Donald Pasick, Herbert Poster, Beulah Rokish, Lionel Rosef, Pauline Rosenzweig, Selma Rubin, Jim Runsdorf, Shirley Schwartz, Miriam Schulman, Rima Spielman, Carol Strauss, Richard Stuchner, Peter Van Berg, Leon Weinstein, David Werther, Frank Williams, Eva Witkoff, Stephen Young, and Jack Zeitlin. If you're within the first week of the death of a loved one, I'll invite you to rise if you're able to honor them at this time. If it's within the first 30 days since their passing, please rise. If you're remembering a loved one who have died within the past year, I'll invite you to rise. And if you're observing a Yuret site for a loved one, I'll invite you to rise as well. And I'll invite the entire community to rise if they're able and turn to page 294 for these sacred words of Mourner's Kaddish as we say Zichronam Livracha. The memories of our loved ones will remain an abiding blessing. Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadav v'yitkadash shemei rabbah v'yomad yivrach yivitei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayid echol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'zman kariv v'yimru Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam omei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei kudusha b'richu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiram b'yalma v'yimru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav Hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru, Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, Hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol
The recommendations I mentioned earlier from the Mayo Clinic recommended that you connect with your religious tradition and to connect with other people. And if you're on this service through whatever way you're connecting, you're doing both of those.
Check and
check. Check and check. And yes, we're not exactly the way we would like to be, but there's no doubt. And
I'm sure the Mayo Clinic also says nourish yourself with yummy carbs and a little wine. Check and check.
Yes.
We should do that.
You know, I couldn't quote the entire survey, but you're right, Rabbi. That was on the list. And you can also join us for other events, classes, programs. We've had such a rich offering to our community over these past weeks, and you can find these programs on our website, just right at the top of our website, programs which you can join online, classes, and we hope you continue to do so because it is so good and it is also so important to be together. You can actually continue tomorrow at 9:30 as these wonderful B'nai Mitzvah that Rabbi Buchtel introduced earlier will be leading us in Shabbat morning services at a 9:30 service and a 10:30 service.
We actually have unusual timing tomorrow.
Oh, sorry, the timing's
It's
different.
actually 11:30 and 12:30
Just
tomorrow.
to keep you on
You know
your
what?
toes.
That's
Yes.
true. Timing has
Just
changed.
to make sure
so
you're
say
paying
it one more
attention.
time, Rabbi.
11:30 Jack and 12:30 for lunch.
There we go. So you can get to sleep, which was also the top of the list.
Also on the list. Check. We want to let you all sleep a little bit more. That's right.
Checking
Well,
all
will you
the
lead us
boxes.
in a little nourishment?
I would love to.
Even better than eating is blessing and eating.
Yes.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
First wine.
First wine. First
Julia
wine.
always gets to go first.
If you could use a drink, I invite you to raise a glass with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר לציון מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מקומים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
L'chaim. And
Rabbi Sal, it's your turn.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
well, you know, we upgraded to a much bigger challah so that we could feed more people, but now that we have no people here, we still have the really giant
Yes,
challah.
we have to add that to the agenda of our next staff meeting.
Yeah, exactly. We can go back to the mini challah. Adon Olam, we're going to close out with this beautiful, one of our favorites, page 321 if you have the prayer book, or just join with us.
Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yetzir nivra, ve'enatza b'chefso kol, azai melech shemo nikra. Ve'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora, ve'hu haya ve'hu hover, ve'hu yeh b'tifara. Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yetzir nivra, ve'enatza b'chefso kol, azai melech shemo nikra. Ve'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora, ve'hu haya ve'hu hover, ve'hu yeh b'tifara. Ve'hu echad ve'ein sheni, ve'hamshir lo להחמירה, בלי ראשית בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשרה. והוא אלי וחי גואלי, וצור חבלי בעת צרה, והוא ניסי ומנוסי, מנת כוסי ביום בקרב בידו. כי רוחי והייתי שם בעירה, ואם רוחי יביאתי, אדוני ולא יירא. בידו אף כי רוחי והייתי שם בעירה, ואם רוחי יביאתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא. Adonai li ve'lo ira, Adonai li ve'lo ira.
May you all find shelter from this storm. We wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. Bye-bye.
Shabbat shalom.